and they thought they were being scammed. Don't feel bad even if you get declined, so beware and don't follow them, okay? Like, such a big tip. I usually don't tell everyone. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Dan in Korea, and if you're new to my channel, my name is Danny and I make content in English about my life. Some of you might know that I actually have a wine bar in Korea, in Incheon, and a lot of you actually visited, and I'm really grateful, thank you so much. And a lot of them told me that when they search first time in Korea, like traveling to Korea, one of my videos come up. I thought I would make another video related to this. So today I'm gonna talk about things you need to know when you visit Korea for the first time. I just wrote down some tips that might be useful because as a fellow traveler who likes to travel, even if you do a lot of research, it's always hard to navigate in a new country. Anyway, number one, get a T-money card at the airport. You might be like, what is a T-money card? T-money card is basically a public transportation card where you can top up money. So you can use it for bus, train, subway, taxi, and even at some stores like convenience stores. So it's very useful. You can get them at convenience stores, at the airport, and train stations. You know, when you're traveling, it's not easy to carry around like a lot of cash. You could be worried that you might lose them, and if you use your credit card, there are service charges, and that's why I thought it would be the first thing you should buy when you land in Korea. Number two, taxis. There are actually different kinds of taxis in Korea, and if you don't know about it, you might end up paying more money than you should be. So in Korea, there are these black taxis called 보범 taxi. It's basically a luxury taxi, and they are much more expensive than the regular taxis. Some of my friends and a lot of people told me they didn't know this, and they got on the taxi, and when they had to pay, they were so shocked because it was expensive and they thought they were being scammed, but actually it's just the expensive taxi. Before you get on the taxi, please check carefully. So I usually use Kakao Taxi app, which I talked about it before. You know, you can do the settings in English. You can just pin where you are, where you want to go. You can see how much it is. You can select the type of taxis you want. And also, really important thing to remember, in Korea, from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., the taxis are more expensive. Also, within that time frame, depending on what time it is, the price is different. So if you're getting into a cab after 10, before 4 a.m., please bear in mind that it might be more expensive. Number three, get a VPN. So when I go on trips, I like to buy late night snacks at the end of the day and have them in the hotel, watch something on streaming apps. But some streaming apps don't work in other countries, and certain contents you watch on those apps might not be available in those countries. So for example, you're watching a K-drama and you go on a trip to Hong Kong. That drama might not be available in that country. That's why I always prepare a VPN when I go on trips. And if you saw my other video, I use the Surfshark VPN. For those who don't know what a VPN is Virtual Private Network, which basically creates a encrypted virtual tunnel when you use the internet. By doing this, you can keep your IP addresses hidden, prevent hackers. Best of all, we can change the location of our server. So even if I'm in Hong Kong, for example, I can set my location to Korea and watch all the K-drama series that are available only in Korea. Also, like the other way around, like if I'm in Korea and I want to watch something that's only aired in Hong Kong, I can set my location to Hong Kong and watch these. Also, I feel safer when I use the public Wi-Fi because I'm always scared that someone might hack my phone or laptop or something. Anyway, for those who need it, there's an exclusive Surfshark Black Friday deal. I'm gonna put it down in the description so you guys can check it out. If you use the promo code ThisIsDan, you will get up to 5 additional months free at the link down below, so you guys can check them out. Also, they give a 30-day money-back guarantee, and with one account you can use it in different devices like your phone and iPad and laptop, so it's really useful, so check it out. Number 4, check in advance if you can eat alone at the restaurant you want to go to. I know this is so weird, but I experienced this so much in Korea. You guys know I am traveling around Korea. If you haven't checked them out, you should. And a lot of time, especially when I go to restaurants in the countryside, like seafood restaurants, barbecue, or like a special set, they don't serve you if you're alone. they only serve from 2 people. So if there's a restaurant you want to go to, check in advance if you can go alone, or try to find someone you can go with. I know it's hard when you're traveling alone, but if you're staying in a guest house, you can maybe check other guests who would be interested in joining you. Or there are other options where you can dine alone. Please check that in advance. And also, don't feel bad even if you get declined for coming alone. It happened to me so many times. My guess is that in Korean restaurants, they actually give you so many side dishes for free, so maybe it's hard for them to serve only one person. I actually tried and ordered like for 2 people and just ate by myself. It was possible, but it was too much food and it was a waste. So there are always other options. Number 5, carry a plastic bag in your bags. This is so weird. As a Korean, I find this problem so frustrating. But in Korea, it's really hard to find public trash cans. Like, it's really hard. So sometimes I carry a plastic bag. I put all the trashes in, especially when I'm traveling, because I eat a lot of like snacks and street food and drinks. And then when I finally find a trash can, I would throw them out. Number 6, watch out of cults on the streets. Yes, cults. I don't know why, but there are so many in Korea, especially in Seoul. If you go to the main areas, like big areas, main streets, there will be people coming up to you and they will start by like asking you a question or saying, you have a good aura. I experienced this so many times. I don't know, do I have a good aura? But yeah, most of the times, no. I would say almost 100% of the times, these people are cults. Korean people in general don't go up to strangers and start a conversation or start talking. It's not in our culture, I think. So if you're just on the street and someone comes up to you and starts asking you questions and saying you have a good vibe, they're definitely cults. So beware and don't follow them, okay? Don't buy them anything, don't buy them drinks, don't follow them. Remember this, just ignore. It's not rude, just ignore. Number 7, use Naver Maps. Naver is basically the Korean Google and Naver Map is like Google Maps. But in Korea, I think Naver Maps are more accurate when it comes to the exact location compared to Google Map. You can also do the settings in English and it's really helpful to find your way to a certain place, public transportation. I usually compare both Google Map and Naver Map because on Google Map I can check reviews of other travelers. They might be less affected to advertisement. And on Naver Map, I check if the place is popular or not and for like photos. Number 8, please use translation apps. Not everywhere will have an English speaking staff or an English menu. Especially if you go to local areas, you can't expect them to have an English menu. When I'm traveling, I always use a translation app like Papago or this Google Translate. Instead of being frustrated that you can't communicate or you can't understand anything, it's really easy to use. Download a translation app. Number 9, this is such a big tip. Like such a big tip. I usually don't tell everyone, but I use this all the time and I want you guys to use it. Go to big supermarkets around 8 to 9 p.m. Yeah, weird, right? When I mean supermarkets, I mean like Lotte Mart, E-Mart, Home Plus in Korea. Those are like big supermarkets. And if you go around this time at the deli section, it's always on sale. Deli section with all the hot food like chicken, barbecue, or sushi, sandwiches, all these food are on sale. And if you go after like 8:30, like 9:30, it's usually like 30 to almost 50% off. So if you want a late night snack or a little party with your friends, go to these big marts around 8:30 p.m. because if you go too early, the discount is not that high. If you go too late, you might be unlucky and there won't be so much left. But if you go around that time, it should be okay. I sometimes go around like 9:30 to 10 p.m. on a weekday and everything's on a big sale. Like the lady would be like, take 2, I'll give you more discount. It's a party. Number 10, if you need anything, think of Daiso and convenience stores. Even if you forget to bring something from home that you need for the trip, you don't have to worry because there's Daiso. Daiso is basically like a dollar shop and they sell everything for a cheap price. Like, I love going to Daiso because there are so many different things. You can find everything you need. If I go to a certain country and I know there's something like Daiso, I would not even need to pack so much to go on a trip. And also when you get sick and let's say it's late night or the weekend and you can't find any hospitals or pharmacies that are open, you can go to convenience stores because they have some emergency pills for like cold or digestion or like Tylenol. Of course, if you're like really sick, you need to go to the hospital. You have to go to ER. In Korea, it's not 911, it's 119, by the way, 119. But yeah, but if you need like simple pills, you can always go to the nearest convenience store and find the pills there. Anyway, I talked about things you need to know when you travel to Korea for the first time. I actually enjoy talking about these things because it comes from experience, and it's basically what I do when people come to my bar. I recommend these things. Whenever something comes up, I will make a new video about it. Thank you for watching my videos, guys, and if you have any questions about Korea or life in Korea, please leave it in the comments because I love reading them and getting ideas for my next video. So bye. Good.